Is it a masterclass? Or did the Philadelphia Eagles just get fleeced by the most slimy front office in the NFL? We've got a massive scandal brewing between Howie Roseman and the Baltimore Ravens that involves a phantom player, a missing draft pick, and $1 million secret payoff that just went public this morning. If you think you know how NFL trades work, what happened with Jaire Alexander will make your head spin. But that's not even the biggest story, because a Pro Bowl cornerstone just took a massive pay cut, and a Super Bowl hero is officially begging for a trade back to Philly. Before we dive in, smash that subscribe button if you want the fastest NFL updates on the planet. Let's talk about the absolute disaster involving the Baltimore Ravens. We all know the Ravens pride themselves on being a classy organization, but lately, they are looking like the absolute villains of the league. Remember the Jair Alexander trade back in November? On paper, it was a masterclass move. The Eagles were thin at corner, and Howie Roseman pulled a rabbit out of his hat by snagging an All-Pro for a 2026 sixth-round pick. But here's where things get weird, and I mean really weird. Jair showed up to the facility, put on the jersey, and even did a few drills. There's literally video of him leaping up and catching a ball. And then, poof, he vanished. He walked away from the team without playing a single snap for the Birds. He basically retired mid-season. Now, normally, when a player retires 5 minutes after a trade, the teams void the deal and return the picks. But not the Ravens. Those slimy guys in Baltimore kept the pick. They knew Jair's knees were completely shot. There were rumors his knee looked like braised short rib on the medical scans. They traded damaged goods, and they knew it. Rhetorical question. Have you ever seen a team get away with a heist this big in broad daylight? But wait until you hear how Howie Roseman actually got the last laugh and forced a payout that nobody saw coming. While everyone was focused on the missing draft pick, Adam Schefter dropped a bomb this morning. The Eagles finally got their resolution for the Jair Alexander nightmare. Even though the Ravens kept the draft pick, Jair Alexander himself literally paid the Eagles $889,000 out of his own pocket to settle his contract. That's nearly $1 million, I'm sorry, check. It's an insane resolution. Usually, when a player retires, the team just loses the money. But Howie Roseman played hardball. He got the cash, he got the cap credit, and now he's using that money to reload for a Super Bowl run. Comment challenge. Who's to blame for this Jair Alexander mess? Is it the Ravens for trading a broken player, or the Eagles for not checking the medicals properly? Drop a name below. Speaking of reloading, we have some massive breaking news on Landon Dickerson. This morning, the Eagles and their powerhouse left guard revised his contract into a 2-year deal worth about $36 million. Now, if you're a cap nerd, you know Dickerson was actually due $39 million. He's taking a pay cut to stay in Philly and help the team. But here's the curiosity gap. You need to pay attention to why would an all-pro guard as prime take less money? There are massive rumblings that Dickerson actually contemplated retirement this offseason. His body is taking a beating. Between the stem cell treatments he's getting in Colombia and the history of ACL tears and ankle surgeries, Landon is fighting just to stay on the field. Last year, he looked like a shell of himself, getting bulldozed by defenders he used to manhandle. This contract move is a massive signal. For a decade, the Eagles paid the offense and drafted the defense. That is now flipping. The big money is going to the defense, and the Eagles are going to draft Landon's replacement this year. But wait until you hear which former Eagle legend is trying to force his way back into the building right now. The edge rusher market is absolute chaos. Jalen Phillips got paid $30 million a year by Carolina, and the Eagles are desperate for a pass rusher. According to the latest reports, they're in deep talks with agents, but one name has emerged that will make every Eagles fan jump. Josh Sweat. Remember Sweaty? He was a monster in the Super Bowl run, but he left for Arizona last year. Well, news just broke that Josh Sweat has officially requested a trade from the Cardinals. He had a career-high 12 sacks last year, proving he's still an elite disruptor. And get this, his cap hit for 2026 is actually affordable at $16. $3 million. Philly knows him, he knows the system, and he's already produced 55 sacks in an Eagles uniform. Howie Roseman is playing hardball, but if he can bring Sweat back to anchor this defensive line, the rest of the NFL is in serious trouble. Imagine a defensive line with Josh Sweat returning to hunt quarterbacks alongside the young core Philly has built. It would be a nightmare for every QB in the NFC East. But why now? Why is Josh Sweat asking out of Arizona? It's because the Cardinals are entering a precarious era. Their coaching staff is changing, and Sweat wants to win now. He knows that in Philly, he's not just another player, he's a legend. This move would allow the Eagles to be flexible in the draft. Instead of reaching for a defensive end, they could grab a future replacement for Lane Johnson or even another weapon for Jalen Hurts. Howie's season is in full swing, and the moves he's making right now are going to define the next 5 years of Eagles football.
The Ravens might be public enemy number one, and Landon Dickerson might be facing an uncertain future. But if Howie pulls off this Josh Sweat reunion, the Eagles are officially the favorites to win it all. Would you like me to break down the exact draft picks the Eagles might use to trade for Josh Sweat? If you think this front office is about to pull off another masterclass, smash that like button and share this video with every fan you know. Do you want to see Josh Sweat back in the midnight green? Or should we move on to someone younger? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you want to stay ahead of every trade, every cut, and every signing before anyone else, hit that subscribe